What's up, guys? It is I, Dr. Inks, here with a brand new podcast that has no name. We're still working on a name. I told you guys I was going to bring you an episode. So here it is. An amazing interview with two entrepreneurs who are just in the beginning stages of their career fields. And it's really cool to see us as entrepreneurs in the starting parts. These guys have been doing this for a few years now, and they have made strides in accomplishing a dream that they had. And I think it's very inspirational. So I really want to play this video. Stay to the end, man. Watch the whole thing. This is part 1. Part 2 is going to be released probably next week. And it's just a continuation of the interview. But I wanted to kind of keep it short. I don't want these to be too long. So if you guys like what you hear, like what you see, and like what I'm doing and trying to do, then leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, come back for more. So in the meantime, enjoy this interview. Everybody, it is Dr. Inks. I am here with Potency Designs and Big Tall Graphics. We are at the Corpus Christi Trade Center. And I just want to run some questions by these guys, ask them a few things. For example, this is Daniel Jones right here. Daniel, if you don't mind, man, could you tell me a little bit about what it is you do here in Potency Designs?
Well, Potency Designs, we started off with these right here, these bad boys. And it's an epoxy plaque. We engraved the card in there forever. A lot of the actors, everyone enjoys them. It's a big part of our store. That's how we started off. If it wasn't for those, we wouldn't have Funko Pops in the store. So definitely that was the startup of the company. So that right there, yes, sir.
So would you say this was like this? Was this what it was that gave you the spark for all this? Is what you're saying?
Definitely, absolutely.
That's
yes,
awesome.
Sir. Yes, sir. If it wasn't for those being creative, you know what I mean?
Yeah, thinking outside the box.
Yeah, yes, sir. Definitely, that's a good way to put it because these are boxed up, and we had to think outside the box. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely,
that's awesome.
Definitely, that's a good way to put it. I've said that before, and that came home for me. Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
fire.
Sir.
What would you say? What gave you the idea for the name Potency Designs?
Well, potency, it resembles to inspire. If you look it up, it's to inspire others and strength. You know what I mean? I looked up to Supreme as a company, the one word, big word. You know what I mean? Supreme, strong, strength. I needed something, and it matched with the epoxy. Potency epoxy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's
nice little play on it.
And then the design part, been learning graphic designs without any school, with a lot of good people like you and Buddy Kirk. You know what I mean? And shout out to Miguel. Yes, sir. That's how we did the designs part, but the designs itself also turned into a family thing where I'm bringing in you with your artworks, things of this nature. So it don't necessarily have to be about us. It could be about camaraderie and making a team happen. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's a lot further than just my designs. It's actually having a team around, of designers. And now we're at the point where this is what I prayed for, and this is what I dreamed of people that I could turn to for certain projects, and we've been knocking them out amazingly, you know what I mean? So yeah,
that's
definitely,
powerful, man. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. What do you see yourself in the future, 5 years from now?
I see ourselves wherever God takes us, wherever His plan is. I'm absolutely going to follow. He's in full control, but I would love to have our own store to where you have your own wall, he has his own wall, and we can, the way we're doing it now, we can do it a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Yeah. So definitely within a year, it's been a year where we've been officially taking it serious on the store side. We've been doing conventions for about 2.5 years in total, but yeah, in about a year, about a year, we should be in our store. But 5 years from now, we could take over time, baby. You know what I mean? Man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've just recently moved into this store here,
sir,
right?
We did. Yes, sir, we did.
Can you tell me a little bit about the process and what led you to wanting to move to this spot?
Well, coming up, really what it wasn't me alone. It was family and it was friends that became family, such as y'all. But if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't have been able to make the move. So thank you for that. Thank you, definitely. Absolutely. We had a quarter of what we have now at the other store, but it's been definitely a blessing. It wasn't just me along the way; it was a teamwork of people. You know what I mean, making this happen. So
That's
definitely,
awesome.
definitely, it was an amazing travel, but we're here. You know what I
Hey,
mean? Yes, sir.
absolutely. Bigger and better.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kirk, man, I would love to. Kirk has been with. He's the creator of Big Tall Graphics. I want you to get some B-roll of Big Tall Graphics as well. He's a t-shirt company that makes shirts for the big and tall, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. How long? First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you started with Big Tall Graphics.
Well, I'm generally a graphic designer, and I also work with small businesses that don't have, they're generally very small businesses that don't have anything. So I'm responsible for 80 different logos for those businesses. I create flyers, business cards for them for free so that they can have a good standing whenever they first get into the market. And the Big Tall and Graphic came about because I'm a 4X guy, and every time I walk through places, I see all these really cool shirts that I want, and I know for sure they're not going to have them, so I don't even bother. So I went and did it myself. It's actually interesting how it came out because I told him one day, kind of like a joke, I was like, I'm going to make just big old shirts and just have the cool graphics on it. And then the next day, I got in touch with a friend of mine who was able to get me all these really awesome graphics along with some other artists I was able to put together. And then a week after that, we got invited to one of the biggest Comic Cons in the country. So I had a week to figure out, do I want to do this or not? And in that week, it pushed me to go grab everything. And then we were able to jump on. It was a very successful first weekend. It was a great time. So we've been doing it ever since. We're also adding wallets and socks with the graphics on it. So it's been pretty good.
No, that's awesome. So I would say that's crazy. I didn't realize that was the first time
That was
you
the first,
put it out.
and
it looks really good for it to be something you kind of started recently. Looks like you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
I saw firsthand at the show that we went to where a guy, what was it? The guy you gave him a shirt, and he came back and he said exactly what you were talking about. Like there are no shirts for big guys, and so he came back and bought another shirt. So like you can see that there's a need in the market. There's a market there for what you're doing, and I think it's awesome because the designs are amazing. We're gonna definitely get some B-roll of that. But yeah, so how long have you actually been doing graphic designs?
I think I was 13 or 14 when I started, and back then, of course, the software was complete crap. But it was never stopped me from there. I've always been the type of person that I don't ever buy anything because I know how to make it, and if I don't know how to make it, I'm going to find out who does know how to do it, so that I can know.
Absolutely.
So, especially like I said, and I grew up super poor. If I wanted nice things, I had to make nice things.
Yep.
And I grew up big, and if I wanted nice things, I had to make nice things again. So now it's cool to be able to show off to other people, and people, like it, and they can actually use it. That one big guy in particular that you were talking about, I noticed we were selling the smaller shirts, and all the big guys would walk past it. And it took me a minute to realize they're doing what I do. They look, and they're like, oh, that's cool. They're not going to have it in my size. And they just kept walking away. And I didn't specifically have a sign that says we do up to 6X. So I just found a dude, 4X, and I just asked him, are you 4X? He's like, yeah, here. And I gave it to him. And then once he knew that option was open, he was able to come back and get a few more. So that was really good.
That was really cool to see, actually.
If you don't mind, I show off some of Big Tall Graphics' work.
Definitely.
Some of the work that he
Come
does.
down here.
Handmade stickers, you know what I mean? Made with care and love. So
Yes.
yeah, he's definitely an amazing designer. Definitely an amazing designer. He also did our logo for our Villain Invasion logo. So shout out to Kirk for that. Yes, sir.
So you get close up on that one. Yeah, Kirk, you do way more than just shirts and hats, though.
I do way more. Yeah.
Name some of the things that you actually do in your.
I can do anything. I have restaurants here in Corpus where I do their menus, their tents, stickers. I have the banners that we do for them. I do custom lighters for smoke shops. I do, the printed plates. We're getting into printed bags for commercial products. I've designed boxes before, so it's like basically anything that has to do
One-stop shop.
with marketing, I'm able to do.
No, that's phenomenal. Two incredibly talented individuals right here, and learning to work together and build something even bigger
is a real inspirational thing. I'm grateful to know you guys and to be in you guys' presence and learning a lot from you too. So you guys have a show coming up called Villain Invasion in October. We got sponsors, got people coming, got vendors. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, to start off with, it was a dream of mine. We've been doing conventions for 2.5 years, and I made a lot of cross paths with amazing people. It was about time that we did our own thing, and it's one of those things when you dream about doing your own thing, you don't know how to go about it or start it. It was the friendships that got us to where we're at right now. First off, it started with Josh Martin, so shout out to Josh Martin, Kid Boo. I met him a few times, and it became a friendship, and it started off as a business opportunity because I was making graphics, but like I was saying, I was learning, this was about 2 years ago in the learning process where I had like zero Photoshop skills, so it was just real copy and paste. But now we're at a point where, to bring an example, like now the camaraderies, we're at the point where we can get things like this done, you know what I mean? So Josh Martin, definitely, if he has those at the table, it'll step up everyone's game, you know what I mean? So,
And you'll recognize that one, of course.
Oh yeah, that was me.
yeah, you know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
the way it came about and started was just from friendships, you know what I mean? Crossing the right paths and getting the right positions, and now we're here, you know what I mean? It was time to make a move, and it was time, you know what I mean? And it's all been God-given. Everything just keeps happening in perfect timing of everything. So
I would agree with that 100%.
It was also funny because the day that he told me that he wanted to do Villain Invasion, we had never spoken about it before. That day, YouTube showed me a video of a Comic-Con. And I remember just thinking to myself, I wonder what it takes to run one of those things. And then an hour later, he called me. And he was like, dude, I'm going to run this thing. He's like, I want you to be part of it. And I was like, cool. Like, I guess now's the time to learn. If I didn't know, time to learn, you know?
Absolutely.
hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just like the shirt thing. We decided to do it. And then within a week, we had people signed up. We had everything. So luckily, Daniel has really big connections because he goes to all these cons and he knows all the people that go to the cons all the time.
Yeah.
And also, between our skills from graphic design and website design and all stuff like that, we've been able to save a lot of money that other people have to spend because they have to outsource all that stuff and we don't. So, like now it's getting to the point to where just to make it easier for us, we're going to have someone else sublimate the lanyards and whatnot, but it's all stuff that we could take care of ourselves and make it easier on ourselves. But we've saved enough that we can go ahead and let other people do some work now.
Because now you go from it's like saving money versus saving time.
Yeah,
it's always a balance. It's always a toss up which one is worth, time versus money. That's cool.
Always.
To land some of these, you guys got some big names coming in, some good voice actors, some things like that. What did it take to get these guys in?
Well, thank you. That's an amazing question. With Josh Martin, I wanted to elaborate that a little bit when I mentioned Josh Martin. If it wasn't for my young man sitting over there in the corner, we were watching a panel. Rest in peace to Cell, the voice actor Cell, Josh Martin Cell, and then the original Goku. We're watching them three talking San Antonio NostalgiaCon. He was so inspired. He asked me. I had some Dragon Ball packs at the shop. He ran back, grabbed the pack, opened it. First one he opened was Majin Buu. I kind of like, what are the chances of that? He asked me, he goes, is there any way I can hand it to him? I was like, baby, they might be busy. You celebrities, you don't want to bother them, you know what I mean? So respecting, and the way he came out, he met us right on point. So I was like, you know what, go ahead and do it. It started as a gift to him. He gave us a gift. I already had his posters ready. Like I said, I didn't have them up. They're pretty bad Photoshop ones, but he loved them, you know what I mean? It started the friendship, but I left him with like a 10 piece of posters. He came back like 30 minutes later and went to shake my hand and it tricked me and handed me money. Well, that's not what it was about. I just want to work with you, man. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Renee Jones over there, my little guy, you know what I mean?
Man. That's
if it wasn't for him, he made that play for us. But Josh Martin was a friendship, camaraderie. Goro, I was at an event where he was at. We just got to talking. I asked the question. I was like, hey, man, like, what do you charge to meet? You know what I mean? For meet and greets and stuff. And just went from there. So we started off with Majin Buu and Goro. Amazing people, Vic Chow and Josh Martin. Shout out to them, definitely. But it just kept coming off the hustle. Front man, the person that I work with that gets us the celebrities and stuff, he shot me a shot. He's like, hey man, there's this up and coming actor and I think he'll be good. He's like the most villainous one that we have. And I was like, who is it? He's our front man from Squid Games. I had seen like 30 minutes of Squid Games, didn't get too much into it.
Right.
I had watched it and did some research on it. Man, I'm so glad that we chose to bring him down because that was a hot one, man. That's one that's different from anything that I've ever seen as far as like anime, movies, cartoons. They're in their own lane. They're
definitely in their own lane.
So that was cool to just a chance to get him involved in it too, because that was a big one too. And then Bowser, rest in peace to my aunt. We're big Mario fans, if you can't tell. I'm on, if you can't tell, super big Mario fans. And speaking about God and just the way it was given to us, I ended up losing an aunt that was a real big Mario fan. That we grew up together playing Mario. The event on her birthday, October 25th, 26, we had decided, I was like, man, we need someone from Mario. I reached out. They told me $5,000 at first. Shout out to Kenny James. He came back at me and said he was willing to do the show for free for us. So talking about God and just the way things work.
I'm telling you.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's
absolutely.
It's absolutely beautiful. So to kind of short answer that question, now that if I have no connections and we're targeting a celebrity, my advice to that is just do it. Attack. You know what I mean? Message them on Facebook, message them, find their email, find their manager, whatever you got to do. Find them and make it happen, you know what I mean?
A lot of times people will be surprised on what you can actually accomplish yourself. Like you think you need big managers and get in touch with this network and that network. A lot of times you just need you and some determination.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Some good people around you.
And some good people around you that understand your hustle and want to see you shine, you know?
Definitely.
No, that's fine. What would you say at this point was one of the biggest obstacles for you guys to get through, to get done so far?
If we had went through somebody for the graphics, I think a lot of the stress wouldn't have been there. But since we're doing our graphics, that's been like it's constant rotation of images. You know what I mean? So it's constant. We started off with no artists that had no art ready, and over time, very short period of time, we had art, we had digital, we had hand drawn, we had a little bit of everything that
we really fought.
Utilize.
We really fought over having just Photoshop images like everybody else uses, versus having something that local artists have created. And it would have been a hell of a lot easier just to bootleg it and find a bunch of images, put it together.
Exactly.
But in the end, we were like, nah, it'd be worth the extra thing. And it was worth it. And I was doubting it sometimes because it really slowed everything down. But it's been pretty cool. We met a lot of cool people. We're able to put together a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
And it's been good on that aspect.
And also it paid off to have like the blessing of having like flyers such as this, but I'm gonna kind of show that off. That's another
that one close.
Shout out to Raptor.
Absolutely.
Let's also give a super quick shout out to the Hot Topic at the mall, because they let us put a sign up like day one.
Really?
Right away. We made a poster and they were like, oh cool, put it right there.
What?
And it was still half an idea, so it was like at that point.
That's a question
And
too.
supported.
How hard is it to get your stuff marketed, advertising wise, sponsorships, like getting this thing known and out towards the masses? How difficult has that been?
I'm real big on energy, and if you're doing anything in the wrong energy, it's not gonna work. Simple as that. We put so much good energy into it. Like when I cross paths with people like you, I feel that they feel our energy and take it serious, and they want to be a part of it. So that helps a lot. Taking it serious, you know what I mean? The way you like come about it with people, and it's gonna be a good time. You know what I mean? Let them know, paint the picture for them is very important. But yeah, definitely that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
It is also interesting being our first con. Of course, there's a lot of hesitation, and we completely understand. There's hesitation with going, so we have no idea how they are. You don't know if they're going to make it, or if it's just going to be a waste of time. But recently, we got Pizza Hut as a sponsor.
Yeah.
So,
Shout out to
was a
Pizza
big
Hut.
one.
yeah, that was a good
dope.
one. So it took a year to get to a point where our name means that we're built a little bit of credibility. So and we totally understood that's what it was going to take. So we had to make sure we went with a bunch of other people, so that the more names behind us, especially the bigger names behind us, the easier it is for us to get more people in the future.
Absolutely.
So yeah, doing it now versus doing it a year ago is a big old difference, man.
Yeah.
It's very, very big difference. Especially almost there.
Did you guys ever see yourself doing this, let's say, 5 years ago?
like I said, it's something I've always wanted to do. Like I've always thought, oh, it'd be cool to be part of it, but I always thought I'd be like part of the committee, like not the dude trying
Running
to,
it.
you know, run it. Yeah.
That's cool.
5 years ago, we weren't doing this. I was outside in the heat, and if it wasn't for the family pushing me to get where we need to be, we wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? It opened up a lot of happiness too. We grew up off of Dragon Ball, but
Yeah.
you know how that phase of like teens going to adult, you kind of let those things go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's cool to go back and watch episodes that you have memories of, and then watch them with family. It's like, and then you hear the voice on the show, and then to bring them down in person, it's another feeling. But yeah, definitely, it's an experience. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a blessing. It's for it all coming together. It's been a dream. You know what I mean? It's nothing that I pictured us ever achieving, or you know what I mean. To be honest, even attending cons, like shout out to Comic-Con Corpus Christi. That was my first con that I've ever been to. But as a fan, you're walking through, you're just amazed of how the time that you were missing out of it is grown. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely grown, and it just grew on me, man. I've always been a business aspected mind. You know what I mean? But it was our time. It was the timing of it, strictly timing.
It was time to move, and you couldn't stay still, man.
Yes, sir.
Nah, that's awesome. Well, fellas, I look forward to seeing this con. Well, I'm going to be there. I'm one of the sponsors, and we're going to be putting this together. And expect more from us. We're going to be putting this podcast together. We're still working on the name of the podcast, but we're going to get it together. And you guys, stay tuned. Let me pause for a minute so I can cut that part out.
I wish I'd have done that a few times too.
It's something you have to learn. Like, just stop talking for a minute, and I'll edit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, definitely. Let me see. Okay, guys. So, this has been Potency Designs, Big Tall Graphic Tees. Be sure to check these guys out on the website. I'm gonna be linking them at the bottom below. Like, share, comment. Tell everybody about Villain Invasion. We want everybody there. Everybody in Corpus Christi, San Antonio, everybody in Texas. I want y'all to show up. I want your mamas to show up. I want everybody to be there, all right? It's going to be big, all right? Stay tuned. Iconic Games out.
Love it.
Yeah, man.
Go.